Time to go.
That's happened, but
Yeah.
Very
On
rarely.
a day is
I don't
is
think
not
I've
gonna be-
ever-
For me, that's gonna be a normal.
I don't think
thing.
I've
That's gonna be like
ever woken up to
dicer.
take a shit.
Yeah, I've never woken up to take a shit, but
Well, you probably don't eat as much Taco Bell as me, so.
but there's
haven't,
there's been times when I've stayed up all night eating nothing but crap, and I've had to take a shit. But I was already up. I didn't wake up to go take a shit.
you haven't been woken up by the rumblies? Is that just a Thomas thing?
What are the rumblies, Thomas?
The rumblies, man.
I got the rumblies in my tumblies, and the only cure is hands.
Exactly.
No, you wake up and you're like, why did I wake up? And then you feel it, and your stomach goes, and you're like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, no, I've never done that. My
You gotta-
intestines are a lot more stable than apparently.
Gotta roll. This only happens after you've been drinking beer for like 7 hours, then you fall asleep. Like
Yeah.
not a lot of beer, but enough beer that it was like your primary caloric source for a long time. And then you just poop like crazy amounts, and it smells terrible. Everything's horrible. Nobody's happy.
Well, I can say for sure that I've never sustained myself on beer, so.
Yeah, Eric had a very different college experience than I did.
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
like,
apparently.
man? Those parties that start at 3 and you leave at 2, and you're like, was there any food at that party? There wasn't, was there?
Nope, no, there was not. There might have been a pizza, but it wasn't for you.
Yeah, you didn't get any of it.
All right.
I'll say this: I never went to a party.
I didn't start to get going to parties till I was like 22. So, like, I was already past my prime.
No, I came in first round draft pick, and I was ready to go hard.
Like awesome, cool parties.
Yeah, I made friends with the wakeboarding club at Miami as a freshman.
Desiree was like, "That's a lie," and I was like,
You didn't go to parties too?
"Like not awesome parties."
You partied when you were in the band.
Yeah, okay,
I'm like, you're such a liar. You totally went to those kind of parties when you were in a band.
that's true. Yeah,
Try
you're
to
right.
block that out.
Yeah, I am trying to block those memories. I don't remember a lot. I remember about half.
So what you're
Yeah.
saying is Thomas's stories of his college life are as much fantasy as his art game.
I only caught like a third of what was even said.
Yeah, I didn't. I heard a little bit of an insult, but I didn't hear the end, so I just kind of filled it in.
Thomas's stories of his college life are as much a fantasy as RPG. No, Desiree knows I partied. Like, because I was in a really shitty band for a little while.
Oh, if you're in a shitty band, you have to party.
Yeah, and they were like,
Right.
hey, come to these sorority parties and stuff. And fraternity parties, so we did. It was poor choices.
Good times.
Yeah, I regret everything.
Burp. Some top tier burpage.
So
Clearly.
we all that bitching about me being late, and then
I mean, everyone was settling in.
Yeah.
Besides, if we were going over Thomas's house, the first 10-15 minutes would be bullshitting until we got
Yeah.
to the game anyway.
You can let Dustin and Alex tell you how much wasted time there is.
Mm.
And,
Always. There's always a good solid chunk of time that is just like settling in and bullshitting, especially when you have a group of people that don't see each other all week. Like if we all worked together, it would probably be like, 5 minutes.
let's do this. But
Yeah.
yeah, and then people want to catch up, and not everyone's as into playing as other people are. They're mostly there for the social aspect, and yeah,
Mhm.
it gets nuts.
shit, I could have created a Jackie Graham. I could still make him check.
Okay, what were you talking about?
How much time got kind
Yeah.
of wasted when everyone would
We're
come over here
Jackie Chan.
play, where it's
Play
like
what?
to play like
Oh.
role playing games.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. How it's like we play for like 4 hours, right?
Mhm.
On
Well, you'd
Roll20,
have to like wait
but
for
we get
people
like
to come
6 times
over.
more done in this campaign than we did at any of our previous campaigns.
Yeah.
Alright.
I would never have wanted to be in any of your previous campaigns then. Holy shit. we get nothing done.
I don't know how much you expect to get done in a 4-hour session, man, but this one ticks along better than most of the campaigns I've ever seen.
Yeah, this
Except
one,
for the ones
this
that
one,
are like TV shows.
Yeah.
this one's got a pretty good burn rate as
Yeah.
far as like the amount of stuff we accomplish.
I mean, we have slow days, but in
Yeah,
general,
but
yeah, we're
even
getting
on
shit
slow
done.
days, things still occur.
Mhm.
So
I've seriously, I've seen and been in and had games where it's like you end up with a session where literally nothing of import is accomplished. Like there's some chatter, and then there's some deliberation on how to do something, and then people
Yeah.
get distracted,
and then
and the pizza arrives, and
then depending on
4
how,
hours later,
Yeah.
and you've done nothing.
and then there's,
I
there's
would never participate in those.
that was
and
the
then-
true Insidious killer. Is like we'd be like, all right, finally we can start doing something. Then Desiree would be like, hey, I made chicken Alfredo pasta, everyone, and then everyone would eat themselves into a coma.
Oh yeah,
she's
yeah.
Italian. She
Sorry,
can't
man.
help it.
I say that's the only downside to having an Italian wife, straight up. Well, and maybe
Or-
the beatings.
Or
but,
Desiree
you know.
would be cooking, and then it would be like 45 people trying to order Chinese food for an hour and a half. Like, oh my god, that was nightmarish.
Don't blame me.
Yeah. If I ever do another in
It was
in
it was
real
a
life,
positive
I'm gonna
one to you because it was
tell
like, you
people to
make
bring
good
their
food,
own
everyone would
food.
be distracted by the food, but it was okay. Like,
Oh yeah, I know. It was David, you made food that was too delicious, damn it.
yeah,
No. Yeah, it's if I ever do another IRL thing to bring their own food. Like have it sorted.
your
Take
real
2 of our
You're
4
cutting
hours.
in and out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, am I still roboticizing?
You're not
Yeah.
robotic. It's more like I think your mic's just not picking you up. Like you're not crossing the
no,
threshold.
it was getting a little robot-y there.
Weird. I heard like in and out cuts.
It was roboty for me.
Checking 1 2
Interesting.
checking.
You're there.
There you go.
You're all right now, I guess.
Okay, I think I just had the sensitivity got tweaked a little bit. So yeah,
Could be it.
as I it's I'd have everybody bring their own
Nope. Now he's roboting for
reason
me.
for food preemptively. God damn it!
It is robot. I told
Yeah.
you.
It roboted now.
Just ignore me.
Listen, we've already got one robot. That's
Ignore
more
me.
than enough.
Was it the Observer? What was his?
Yeah, the Intergalactic Observer or something like that.
Ignore me. Someone forgot a baby.
Uh,
Alright, Eric, would you like to recap last episode of Dragon Ball Z?
Not really.
Alright, thank you. Alright, thank you for the yes and. Dustin, how about a quick recap?
We went to the outer dimension. We got the gem. Came back.
I
Well,
remember it being a lot more exciting than that, but I mean,
Yeah, well,
you know,
yeah, you forgot the part about where those statues that I nicked like 6 months ago were useful. We
Yeah.
found out about the Puritans and the iconoclasts of the robots.
Yep.
Did we?
yes,
I specifically
Yeah.
grilled Dustin on it. So I'm like, I want to know about your fucking character.
Indeed, indeed.
Little crumbs one at a time.
Yeah. And then
Spent a lot of time playing around with shadow people.
Yeah, I like how that went down. How
yeah, that was great,
very
actually.
different than our usual just attack.
Yeah.
Murder it. It's like allure it this way with
Well-
the clever usage of enchanted coins. Like,
Yeah. Ooh, piece of candy.
ooh, piece of candy. The James Wood strategy.
Yeah. So it was good. It was good. And now we're back, and we're not dead, and we have the giant gem of fuck you, mold
the
people.
catalyst.
The catalyst gem.
And then we used it. We made the thing. We made the acid.
Mhm. Yes, and the
Yep.
catalyst is important because it can make anathemas or do other stuff. We'll
Also,
find
probably
out
gonna
about
sell
later.
for a shit ton of money when I try and sell it in town.
Oh boy!
Yeah, please don't sell it. We need that.
no, Aroxian would not let you take that amazing gem away from his sight.
Roxanne might be
He just wants to
incapacitated
hold it.
this time.
Listen, there's a build out there that I was thinking of doing where I never have to fucking sleep.
Doesn't mean you can't be incapacitated.
I'll see it coming.
And yet you won't be able to stop it.
Well, I'll have
Anyway.
alert. I can't be surprised. Listen, I have a build that will be anti-fuck you everything.
It
And the
doesn't
whole
stop you from
point
getting incapacitated.
Just to keep from being from having stuff stolen from you by like an obnoxious party member. The
It's a
most
new- it will make it-
reactionary.
So
NPC
the build also adds +5 to my perception, so that'll go up again. And adds +5 to my investigation, and I don't have to sleep.
Damn. All right. Well, more
Anyway,
importantly, we now
okay,
have a
yeah,
catalyst.
you've
We now have
got a big jar
anathema.
of anathema.
Yeah,
Like
anathema
it's
acid.
just Roundup.
It is for all intents and purposes. Well, it's unique because for all intents and purposes, it is a
Drink
big
Roundup.
jar of weed killer. It was specifically designed to kill Shykorth by dissolving her.
Mm.
Or dissolving whatever her core is. However, it's also interesting because it can be used to destroy basically any magical item as well. That was an important
Ooh.
side note. Is the way it works is it dissolves the magical bonds that are inside of something. So
Interesting. Can we make more of this if we need to?
you made enough for one
Usage.
dose. It would be very, very difficult and a long-term project to try and get more of it. So
Okay, but we do. It is
in the future, could you make more?
possible.
Yeah,
Okay, let's just. I'm
it
gonna
would
make a
be-
note of that. That's useful.
it would be hard to do. You might even be able to make a version of it that wasn't necessarily for killing one specific thing, but a more universal solvent.
Hey.
The gang starts Dow Chemical.
Right.
just synthesizing materials.
All right. Yeah, these are my new two characters that I rolled, Proctor and Gamble.
Good times. All right,
yeah.
so we've got the weapon, and we need to find.
Oh,
So we know
we've-
roughly
we've-
we could expect
Well-
to find Shykorth's main form, like in general. I think.
You have a pretty good idea.
Right.
The robot's notes. He went and looked at it once.
Ah.
And by taking a look at that and sort of looking out from the tower towards where he was talking about, you can see that up towards the headwaters of the bog, there are some pretty clear signs that something's going on up there. And you're willing
Interesting.
to bet. Also, if you were to look over the tower walls through the eye, because if you
Mhm.
recall, the eye shows you the tentacles underground
Mhm.
or the pseudopods.
Yeah.
So you can see that those are all kind of converging up there as they kind of run under the wall.
All right.
Are we to assume that we have to deliver this anathema directly to like the equivalent of the heart of this thing?
Yes, that's
Likely,
a safe
yeah.
assumption.
We got a Guardians to it.
If you just dumped it on a feeler, it would probably hurt it. But if you wanted to be sure that this thing was taken care of, you would need to dump it on the you would need to dump it directly on whatever the core of this thing is.
So throw this acid right in its face.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. That sounds like a plan. Then we need a long rest or anything, or are we basically ready to go?
I think I don't think we took any damage or cast any major spells, but I think
You cast some spells, but we could assume a long rest after getting back. Also,
Okay.
this is something that you guys hadn't really explored as much. But when you look out the tower parapet with the eye, you notice that there's no tentacles nearby. There's maybe a half-mile stretch of land around this tower where
Yeah, pizza's on the way.
How did you pay?
I paid, so just need to get. Sorry.
You're good. But around this tower, there's about a half mile where there are no tentacles or growths of any kind of note. There's a little bit of mold on the tower, but that's really only surface mold. It's not really indicative of a major infection. In addition, the when you try to look at the tower itself, it's not, the eye normally shows you objects and then shows you more about them. This is the first time that you've actually looked down at what you're standing on, and curiously enough, that eye can't see the tower. It looks like you're standing on thin air.
Oh, the wizard did it.
Yep.
Could very well have been warded with some kind of powerful illusionary magic.
It makes sense,
So-
yeah, that there was some kind of barrier.
So, are you saying that our nemesis can't actually see us to know to come at us? Or-
The
It's
hags
very
know we're
possible.
here, though.
Yeah, the
It's
hag
very
do.
it's very possible that the hags don't actually know precisely where you are.
That's interesting too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very useful, actually.
They might have an idea. They certainly know that you're within the Ivory Bog somewhere, because that sensor would have told them if you'd left. Even a cursory examination of the spell can see that that's one of the triggers to have it do something nasty. You're not sure what if you try to leave the bog, but it doesn't look like it knows precisely where you are within it. It did at one point because they were able to track you down in the cave effortlessly, but and in fact observe all your actions. But right now it seems, and you don't know whether this was an effect of being taken on a little extra planar journey and not resetting correctly, or there be something about this tower that keeps things from being able to see what's really going on. But there's definitely something about this particular area that causes it to not show up correctly.
Sick.
Interesting.
Indeed.
All right. Do we have a particular battle strategy against Shy Court that we want to talk about maybe now before we head out? Because now that we have the anathema, we can go kill it.
Pour acid on heart. Stab heart.
Weed whackers?
All right, Eric. You can give me a little something to work with here.
Maybe some enthusiasm at some point. Point.
I mean, what do you like? What more do you want me to say? Like strategy wise, we don't know how to fight.
No, but maybe
The strategy is
spell-
pour the
can't-
acid on the heart. Kill it.
can't we? Like, is there other things like other spells or combos we want to do?
How about maybe it would be good to, I don't know, reconnoiter the area to know, if there's a particular sort of thing we might encounter there.
Because if there's gas that we can light on fire again, that'll help because it doesn't like fire, but it likes magical fire.
Yeah, what if there's, I don't know, more lightning-resistant creatures or creatures that are empowered by lightning? Because apparently that is an issue for us.
Can I create a flamethrower?
Spaceballs the flamethrower.
Does anyone? I mean, you've got a robot who's essentially a flamethrower with legs.
Yes.
Can I create a more useful thrower?
Not if it's not a class ability. Can't your Thunder Cannon do that at some point?
What do you mean?
Don't you get augmentations to your cannon soon?
No. What you guys seem to have a much more vivid imagination, Murder.
Or do you just get the pushback?
I was thinking of the pushback.
Pushback was from that other revision.
Was it? I don't remember I've seen so many people trying to fix the Artificer that, like, at this point, I
actually
don't
don't.
remember
I actually don't remember the one it was.
I'm just gonna start making up ability.
I apologize.
No, pushback is at 9th level. There is like a cone attack. There's
like,
a
I thought it had
piercing round at 14th level.
Cool.
Explosive round at 17th level. You know how much damage it does at 17th level?
How much?
48 fire damage.
4d8. Oh my god, that's basically enough to kill a brass dragon just straight off the bat. It's incredible.
I know. 48, so strong for a
But-
17th level character.
But you can do it every round.
Sure, but I mean, that's not much.
Yeah, it doesn't feel particularly spectacular.
I do, what is this? I do like 9 or 10 d6 an attack at that level.
That's what my sneak attack's gonna be. My sneak attack doesn't. At 19th level, it's 10d6. That's it. Plus, I can't use like heavy weapon because I'm a dex character, so I can't use like I can't use like a great sword or a great axe to do like 2d6 or 1d12. I can't use reach unless I use a whip. I'm not that kind of.
I hear that someone was looking for a historical recount of the geographical peculiarities of the Ivory Bog.
Yes.
Not now, Thufus. We're coming up with a battle plan.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah. Go ahead. I realize what you said.
Perfect. I have just the massive 47 chapter book for this.
Well, we got
Oh,
nowhere to
God.
be.
Sit down and wait patiently for him to read every page of it. I can wait forever.
Acknowledgements. This is dedicated to my dear. I'll skip that part.
Gnomes live a long time, so I got.
I got another 100 years or so left.
So we're all just looking at the lizard, the short-lived 40. What is it? 40 years you get to live.
Roughly, yeah. Awkward moments are us.
But you're a monk, so you're supposed to be patient anyway.
You know, I'm as patient as I can be about things. It's just another greater test.
Perfect.
That's all.
Go ahead, Thufus.
Let's see. Let's sort this by geographical location here. Ivory Bog, Headwaters. Yeah, Headwaters. Ivory Bog, Headwaters. Ah. Oh my, that's very. Well, I suppose I should be reading this out loud, shouldn't I?
If you wish. I don't have mind reading abilities yet.
So, this particular area of the bog is dense forests, different types of muddy ground that are all equally treacherous and willing to suck you under at a moment's notice. It's beginning to sound familiar, I know. However, it is peculiar mostly because it is the headwaters of the bog, as the name would suggest. It is where the water for the rest of the bog bubbles forth from the earth. So, what this means for us is that it is going to be even more unsteady than usual. Yes, and the Boghead, as it is called, is undoubtedly going to be further destabilized by the
Trichorus.
the pseudopods, if you will, under the ground. Now, here's an interesting little historical note about the area. This was the site of the Great Battle of the Bogs.
That was mentioned before.
Yes, well, it's
Where all the
actually
bones
what
are from, right?
Yes, it's what gave the swamp its name, the Ivory Bog.
The Battle of
So
the
just call
what?
it like the Bone Swamp or something.
Yes, when
Battle of the Bogs.
Yes,
Yeah.
Battle of the Bogs.
I'm sorry, the bog got a name because of the battle and not because it's a bog?
Well, okay, the bog part was because it was a bog. The ivory part is because of all the bones.
So it was Battle of the Bones, right?
Now, the Battle of the Bogs, because the battle was in a bog.
Oh, Lord.
It was an
It's so
entirely
late.
bog-based battle.
What? Motherfucker, do you realize why they call it the Battle of Bunker Hill? That's where the battle was!
This
This
should
is
not-
a fantasy world. We need to be more creative.
No! No one is that creative! People call it the Battle of this!
I can't do it. I'm like laughing into the cup, and it's like causing me.
But wait! I'm sorry, but wait, didn't Thomas Nate say the reason it got its name, the Ivory Bog, was because of the Battle of the Bog? So now you're saying that it's the name of the battle is the Battle of the Bog because
I gotta set the cup down. There's been a clear misconception. It got its name, the Ivory Bog, because of all the bones left behind after a massive battle, which was called the Battle of the Bog.
What they used to call it.
It used to be called just Feldale.
Battle Bog.
What part of the map is the headwater at? Is it more towards Nightgant? Is
You
it...
can actually see it on there.
Where am I looking?
Let's adjourn
I'm looking at
our,
my map.
Map here to the big drawable map. I gotta move you guys through a couple things to get you there. Hang on. There we go.
What? Oh, it's you, Alex. There's a bunch of sound coming out of your
Oh, dang it.
mic.
I can't win, man. I fucking...
Well, your pizza's here.
Yeah, but I turned the sensitivity minimum up and down, and everyone can hear everything.
While you're
There.
getting your pizza, I'm gonna go
On
order
the map, I have marked where the headwaters are.
Alright, that's where I thought it was gonna be.
There you go. This is a little better.
So, hun,
Tom...
for the house that I was like,
Oh,
that's
I'll just wait for
fun.
Thomas to also get his mine back.
Mm-hmm.
It's currently rented out by Desiree.
It only lasts like a couple days.
I know, and it's good, of course, you only have one.
Yeah.
That's what women do to you.
Yeah.
Get in your head. They don't leave.
So, all right.
So,
You don't even get the charger.
Don't have to call me that.
Yeah.
Mark where our tower is.
Yes, I will actually. It
All right.
is. Let me mark it in a different color. Do it in a bright blue.
What? Looks like you.
Mhm.
I want someone to love me as much as Dustin. Alex's mom loves pizza.
They can hear you a little bit. And then
There we
you're
go.
like,
The tower is marked in blue.
Steve is like, I want someone to love me as much as Alex's mom loves pizza. That was a winner, Steve.
I try.
According to this map, we're only 20 feet away from this.
Don't do that to Thomas.
No wonder it takes so little time to travel to all these places.
All right.
Let me just hang on. Let's.
Don't. No, your map's gonna blow up, Thomas. It's gonna get all distorted.
There we go. All right. Check that out now.
Oh, 20 miles. Okay.
Oh,
He just
that's
changed the
yeah.
units to
Scale's not
miles
correct. I
instead
just
of
changed the
feet.
unit. I will have to actually figure out what the unit size is, so you can like check that. But
would I
Right
have
now-
any knowledge of that of the headwater?
that's- yeah, this is
Anything
not
additional, Thomas?
correct. It's and as a matter of fact, hang on 1 second, because that tower actually needs to be a lot closer. I miscalculated what side of the text it needed to be on. Oh god. Okay. It's actually like right here. Nope, that's the wrong text. Wrong color. There we go. Yeah, like right there. This is not to scale. Stop measuring.
Okay. All right. So it's probably gonna take us a half day to set up, a half day to scout out the location, and then on the second day we'll attack.
Rest.
That seems okay to me. We may or not encounter some stuff on the way. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's why I wanted to ask Thomas a question. Would I have any like goat path kind of knowledge about that area? Because I don't know if the half elves were that far up. I think they were closer to.
They were south of Feldale.
Yeah, they were closer to the south, so I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have anything.
I can mark where that settlement was on here. Hang on. In red.
Because the good thing about a goat path is it doesn't matter how much time has passed; it's still gonna be there.
Yeah, you were in there.
As long as there's goats.
Yeah.
All right.
Like those,
that was your neck of the woods up here. So
yeah, like those
Yeah.
Pakistani trails that are like thousands of years old.
All right.
All right. Well, I don't have a secret way into it. It looks like we're just gonna have to bushwhack our way through the bog, like we did before.
That
Sounds
or we
good.
take a boat.
Have we even seen anything on the bog that like can be way up here, like a fan boat or anything?
I'm sure they
Hey, listen.
Airboat.
we just need a
No.
raft with a stick. That's how I guess you do that. back
You could
then.
raft it.
The question is are there going to be more giant aquatic creatures?
That would take out our one raft, and in which case you can't swim. You'd have to levitate above the water, but then you're a sitting duck.
Well, I do have. I also have the trident.
Of water command.
Fish command.
Fish
no,
command.
Fish command.
Fish
So
command.
I'll just command the fish,
Yo, fish, do stuff.
and then I'll just ride on its back, and we'll just charge Shykorth here. Just charge right in and just smash him. That'll totally work, and it'll look epic.
Oh God.
All right. Yeah, I got nothing against it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's that. Oh dear. Was this? Now, hang on a minute here. Could you show me precisely? Hold me up a little bit. Show me precisely where it is that we think we're headed here.
We
Okay, well,
lift
do
the
that.
crystal to the map.
All right.
Rather, we move the map to see the crystal because the crystal is now attached to my carapace.
I know. We lifted you up, and we.
You see,
All three of you.
you hear the fluttering of pages and you mad scribblings and see Thufus in there looking from the map up through the parapet and back again.
Now, if this is correct, we'll cross-reference that. Where is that historical accounting? There it is. Ah. Oh my. Well, this certainly puts a little bit of a wrinkle in things. So, as you as you recall, I was just about to speak at length about a certain large battle of which happened throughout the Ivory Bogs, giving them their name. Now, the final battle of that conflict occurred right at the headwaters, at the Boghead, as it's called, and it was it was a doozy. Now, what's significant is it was the two leaders of the conflicting forces that met there. One survived and one fell. Now, the two forces were, of course, the Thren Dominion. This is about 2,000 years ago. The Thren Dominion, and of course the Carrion forces, led by, of course, the Queen of Carrion.
She sounds nice.
She was not a fan of subtlety, as her name would suggest.
Indeed.
No. But she resisted the threat incursion into her area, and subsequently lost that conflict, although she inflicted heavy tolls upon the Thren forces. Now, what's peculiar about this is at that site, the site that Shykorth is now at, that was the site of the Carrion Queen's demise, and her primary source of power, a very powerful relic carried with her called the Carrion Scepter, was lost to the sands of eternity, or in this case, the bogs of eternity. Right there. I cannot help but notice that now there appears to be a very large, very dangerous monster on top of it. And hags, which are, of course, rather fond of carrion in all its forms, would like us very much to remove the monster. I cannot help but suspect that there could be a conflict of interest.
That is an interesting. That's interesting. So, okay, all right. I've got an idea then.
And I mean, listen, the Carrion Queen, she was a nasty piece of work. You don't want anything she had anything to do with coming back.
I suspect not.
What this carrying? What kind of looks we talking about? Was she hot?
Well, according to most sources, yes. She was completely uncorrupted. Not a trace of rot on her. Very beautiful, very threatening, very intimidating. Sort of a queen of the night situation. However, everything around her turned to mold and decay.
Well,
So,
so
kind of a one-night stand sort of thing we're going on there.
And
Yeah.
in fact, she could force even the rotting corpses beneath her to rise and do her bidding.
Oh, she had lich powers.
She was indeed a proto-lich, yes.
Grandpa told me about liches back in his day. They used to be more common.
Man, liches ain't nothing but hose and trick.
What is a trick? I know what hoes are. We use them in the garden.
Ask your mama.
Good lord.
you simple peasant farmer.
Oh dear.
Did you hear me say ask your mama?
I did, and I ignored it because she taught me what hoes were, but not what tricks were.
Stop this.
I bet your mama taught you what a hoe was.
I had my
Where's that command? Server mute. Here we go.
but wait, this is gonna be some great RP, and it's gonna be funny as fuck.
I have some music you need to.
You gnomes are a strange folk.
From the Wu-Tang Clan.
The Wu-Tang Clan is non-canon. I can't believe I have to specify this.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, can the name... Alright, also, I'm running a Wuxi campaign, and Wu-Tang Clan was 100% in it.
Zeralon is not a member of the Order of the 36 Chambers. Like it's.
I'm a little disappointed now.
Oh boy.
Alright. Okay, so...
What we need to do is if we happen to find this... you say it was a staff or a rod or... What was it exactly?
Yes,
Scepter.
A scepter. A scepter of necromancy, I guess.
Among many other things, yes, it can, and it's not true necromancy. You're not imbuing them with pieces of souls, simply animating them like puppets on a string, rather like Shykorth, except without the limitations of the tendrils.
This is not a rock. This would be Steven talking. Would that be like a really powerful enchantment then? Like
Yes.
they're enchanting that material to do that?
Yeah.
Oh,
instead
God.
of a zombie, it's literally just a bag of meat that you're using as a remote puppet.
Like you chop
Hey, that
off an
kinda sounds
arm.
like what they did with that dragon.
A little bit.
So if you chop off an arm, it'll like that arm will keep crawling towards you.
Yeah, the arm will keep going.
Badass.
Wow,
Yeah,
it's
right.
like pain from
Hmm.
Naruto.
God damn it.
I know what 2-hour fight I'm watching later.
But yeah,
I
no.
I already blocked all that shit out.
If you were to cut a head off, it would still try and bite you.
So it
Like the
wow.
Return to the Living Dead zombies.
Mm-hmm.
So
Capable of controlling pestilence, plague, and swarms of vermin, according to the lore that Thufus is able to dig up for you.
and that's why the hags have the throne of rats. Those whores. We need to kill them after we kill this thing. That was in character, by the way.
Yeah,
It
I'm
is-
sure it was.
It is very, very possible because hopefully you suspect if they already had the scepter, then you would not be having this conversation because either everyone would be dead or you would have been worshiping the hags a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Praise the hag.
Yeah, already powerful magic creatures. Considering that the last person to get a hold of this scepter became, for all intents and purposes, a demigod. If a hag coven were to get their claws on it, it would be catastrophic.
Yeah.
Demigod, you say?
Spelling can relate that there is actually a very famous robot named Mechanonomicron, the Unstoppable Necromancer. Yeah.
I love how direct robot titles are.
Very straightforward.
Yeah, there's no poem. It's exactly what it is.
They change up a little bit depending on the robot who's naming themselves.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get the Red Viper robot. No, he's gonna be like Master of Poison, and it's like that's not as cool.
Well, sometimes how I wrote it. Sometimes their names don't really, because you're translating it, but they might like the way a set of words sounds in some other language. So you could have someone who's like friend of flounders or the devourer of bread or something stupid like that.
Yeah. Oh, like when white people get tattoos of like Chinese symbols and it's like soup.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Same concept, really.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then I think we need to be probably ready for hags probably as soon as we kill this thing. So that might actually have to change. We might have to save our more powerful stuff if we have to fight. If we have to fight right away without a short rest, we might need to be more conservative.
Just get the staff into my hands.
I wasn't saying you might not want the robot to have it either.
No, that's something I'm going to whisper to the other two people. I'm like, the robot can't have the scepter.
Why not?
No, you don't hear that part. I've never said that in front of you.
I'm saying, like, why not?
Out of character,
check something here.
The murder robot does not get the scepter of lichdom.
What I think
we can just pour some acid on it.
Well, we don't have any. We already killed Shykorth with it.
Nothing said we had to use all the acid.
What I think what we might want to do with the scepter is deposit it into another realm where those hags can't get at it.
Oh, like a pocket dimension or something that we have access to.
We'll use the map device and put it somewhere where nobody can use it.
Okay. Also, we might want to put. Who do we want to carry the acid? Because it might be easier to shoot it from a distance than stab at it.
I say we'll make Eric carry it. We'll make Lily carry it.
It can only be carried in its container, so she's
carrying the jar. She has a jar of acid.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
the jar of acid is probably like half my size.
Yeah, it's hefty.
But I'm saying like we're only gonna get like one shot at it. I don't know if it's something that if we have to get super close to, it's gonna hurt getting there.
Well,
so you want me to do it?
No, I'm saying we don't have the orc that can get shot 6 times and blow up like a sewer wall or something.
That's what monks are.
We have the rhino. We can put it in the jaws of the rhino or something. We put it in the rhino and just ram the rhino into the.
While my rhino is...
We have been playing this game for 45 minutes, and we have already broached the concept of a suicide rhinoceros.
This is really D&D for us!
I don't relish the idea of losing the robot I just spent my entire life creating. But
it'd be pretty cool.
It would be pretty cool.
Can't you just mage hand it over there?
Does it weigh more than 10 pounds?
I'm laughing.
I almost just spit out all my tea.
I don't know. Does it weigh more than 10 pounds?
Thought of it. It weighs about 25 pounds.
Then no.
Can't you use 3 mage hands? Aren't you good enough to use 3?
Closer to 15. Just thinking because it's made of jade and it's about like 1.5 feet, 2 feet tall.
Made of jade? Where did we get the jade?
I had the jade.
Of all.
I had listen. I
There was
had
some laying around that you were able to fashion.
I had 500 gold worth of
Wouldn't
jade,
react with.
which I'm taking back,
Wait.
by the way.
If the inside is coated with something to hold the acid, then why do we make the container out of jade?
Because I'm just now realizing I had two conflicting notes on how that would go down, and I just read them one after the other, and I was like, wait a goddamn second here.
It's jade.
That's
All right,
what's
how
going
about
on.
this?
No,
Jade
it's
will
Why
be-
did we
that's
waste
coated.
precious jade to make a container?
It's a ceramic pot. I'm sorry. I initially thought about having you guys try and use some jade to make a container that could hold it, but then I was like, no, it's stupid, so I rewrote it. So I'm sorry, okay?
All right, so I guess we're ready to do our half a day to get there. Hopefully, it might even take a full day. We might have. This might be like a 3-day thing, or like depending on how fast we get there.
I'm gonna bestow upon each of you Cure Wounds coin.
Okay,
Fantastic.
You each have one.
cool.
Everybody gets.
You only get one.
You only get one. What's the healing on that?
I don't know.
Well, is it like a D8, a D4, and then I could just make it on my character sheet where it just adds your
It's a
bonus.
D8.
1 D8 and
D8
what?
plus 3.
Plus 3, perfect. Whoop, sorry, wrong thing.
I just didn't have my character sheet open. I know.
0 wounds.
Also, we still haven't established that I am not carrying this jar.
Cool. All right. Awesome.
Actually, I'll carry the jar. I have fly, so I can always fly over it and dump it
Just
on.
drop it, yeah.
Is that your
I'll carry
is that the spells you're gonna prepare for this journey?
I always have fly prepared now.
Is
I
that is
never
that
know when I need to abandon you guys.
is that? All right. What are your?
Hey, if you have fly always prepared, why don't you give us the boots to levitation?
I also need those, and they're attuned to me.
Well, they can
You can-
attune
you
to
can
us
change
on
the
the journey.
attunement.
Yeah, you can change the attunement.
That's like asking. That's like asking
It's
Zerillion
like,
to give
you
up
guys have fun
his world.
convincing.
No, it's not.
Give
The
us
Seven
treasure
Worlds
up.
has meaning to him.
The boots of levitation have meaning to my character. Well, to-
Yeah, and the only meaning they have is that they're fucking cool.
yeah.
That's a reason.
Thomas, would I be able to? This is just a private conversation. This is me talking to the DM, and we're gonna see how Dustin reacts. Could I make boots that are almost exactly like his and sneak them on his feet?
It would require a very good roll.
Okay.
but
Okay. I just
suspect so.
yeah, I just wanted to mechanically see what it would take to do that. Okay.
Yeah. You'd have to, get enough of a look at them to craft an exact replica without him noticing.
Oh, don't worry.
Which would-
Okay, that was just for whatever. Okay. You might have to. Oh, and Zerillion, you might need to use the Pillar of Worlds rather than the Thunder and Lightning Staff against this thing.
Against swamp creature?
Against Shykorth.
It's a plant.
I know that, but it might be better.
It might be grounded.
I'm saying it might be better to use the Pillar of Worlds at first. It might have a better magic attack against it. I don't know. It just feels like that thing was given to you for a reason.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling similar. I get where you're coming from with that, and it makes sense. I'll lead with
metagaming
that,
bastard.
and we'll see where it goes.
Metagaming.
Metagaming.
That was direct knowledge we got from the DM.
You're just
Yeah,
trying
no,
to make.
no.
You're just trying to predict Thomas.
No, I'm trying to. We're coming up with strategy here, using in-game lore, not metagaming.
All right.
But
So-
or you know what? I would start off with the pillar, and then maybe do one with the staff, the other staff, just to see if it's any better or worse.
You could always just shoot a lightning bolt at it too to see if it burns it. That would give you a really good indicator,
Yeah.
I guess.
Maybe.
Anyway, we're wasting time.
Yeah, let's go.
Well, we're
enough-
traveling. We're talking travel talk.
That's I
That's
can
right, that's
I can
right, Eric.
assume
We're
that you are
travel
talking
talking.
while you were traveling. So
Yeah.
and you decided to go on foot, not by craft, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you set out, and it is going to be about 3/4 of a day to make the first half of the trek here. So it might take you more time than you thought. It's slow going, and in addition to that, even though you don't see a large number of creatures throughout the bog, in fact, it's fairly quiet.
Did we
those-
take the eye with us?
Yes, unless you decide not to. But if you decided not to, tell me now.
I forgot to ask. Is there a reason not to take the eye with us? Or not to take
Right.
the eye with us, rather?
I don't know. Do you
I'm
think?
not asking.
think there
I'm
could
asking
be
the
a-
game.
The only out of character. Well, I put it in. But the thing is that we don't. I don't want a situation where those hags are gonna swoop in right after we kill it and just grab the scepter and fucking just roast us.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Because if we
Yeah.
have the eye, they'll know where we are.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it behind in the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be for the. It's going to be a
Even though,
downside
it's
because we
it's a
can't.
very useful tool, but I think it's
Yeah.
just too dangerous.
Yeah, I agree.
So we're leaving the eye behind then.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, joy! All the magic traps he set.
Mhm.
Well,
Hey
we
man,
have
this is the D&D spell tree or story tree where all the we've created a new reality now by not taking the eye with us.
Oh
Right.
wait,
I was about to mention
the eye was identifying like weak points on the thing.
Yes. That is the other.
I think that's okay.
We might want to know the weak point of Shykor.
Also, the eye is the only way to spot those large tendrils that are capable of animating things.
Hmm.
Well,
Mm.
I-
It's a hard choice.
I say
I guess I have to take it then.
I don't want to take it.
Yeah.
Aroxian doesn't
Aroxian
doesn't want the the hags to know where in the bog to look for this thing.
We could put it inside my bag. My bag is like a dimensional space,
Yeah.
so they can't hear outside of it and they can't see outside of it.
But they will know when we pull it out and use it. Actually, wouldn't they have other eyes and ears around anyway, following us through the swamp to know that we're in this
I was
confrontation?
about to say they probably also
Probable. All right, let's
It's
take it.
probably
Let's just take it. I'll leave it in the bag until we need it.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, that's fair. We'll work with that.
Doable.
Okay, so we're off.
All right.
So you set off, and it's about three quarters of a day's travel to make it halfway to your destination. You managed to with that time hike about 15 miles, making good progress. It is slower going than you would like, but the paths are firm enough and established enough through animals moving through the swamp that you're able to follow them. There isn't much to bother you as well, so you're able to move on a quick clip. You expected to see maybe more catoblepus, maybe maybe a rogue hill giant or something, or even those packs of ghouls infested with the growth that you saw previously, but none of that's here.
Hmm.
It's just very, very quiet.
Oh wow.
Maybe it recognizes our holding of the a thing that is dangerous to it and is drawing in for a defensive confrontation.
Or it's just dominated everything in the area, and that's why there's nothing.
That's
you do see
also a
that
possibility.
the closer you get, The ground looks like it's upturned in places, like someone dragged a hoe through it.
Mm.
Couldn't avoid saying the word. Or a plow. Turning over the earth.
Tilled. The earth was tilled.
It was tilled, yeah.
I put my ear to the ground and listen.
You can definitely hear deep below the earth. There's stuff moving around down there, almost like, big earthworms or something.
Oh boy. All right.
Yeah, it's definitely not a positive sign.
Yeah,
It
not
does,
feeling
however,
great
mean
about
that you're
that.
probably getting closer.
Be on high alert. I'm ready to jump in and defend.
You're
Yeah.
going to have to make camp for a night at this rate.
Yeah.
Because, the next leg of your journey looks much more treacherous, and the ground is definitely starting to change, and things are starting to look much more alien. Those pools have started to change color from that the murky blue of a bog to this bioluminescent green that kind of pulses and quivers. You start to see some strange plants, purples and oranges. And in fact, a lot of the plants have this faint orange tinge. It occurs to you that the Elderscope always showed Shykorth as orange.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we looked through the orange gem, that is.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
I looked through the hat guy.
Make camp. You can make survival rolls if you want, or do anything else you'd like to do to make that easier on yourselves.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. You're able to find a patch of steady ground that looks fairly defensible and set it up.
I looked through the hat guy to
So
inspect our campsite and make sure it's safe.
So the immediate campsite looks safe. You can see these very, very long tendrils sort of slowly, lazily in these big serpentine patterns moving through the earth beneath you, hundreds of feet beneath you.
Lily, what do you see?
What he said.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. That was a bump.
I mean, I
Alright.
can say some trippy snake-like things, but
That would be cool.
Yeah.
slippy dippy trippy snake-like things.
Alright.
It's actually totally in character to say it that way.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some torches out of my pack and kind of set up a perimeter because I don't like fire. So I'm gonna build like a ring around us, kind of like a way line, but with fire around us. So, and how long do you think it would take me to do that, Thomas?
Only about an hour. There's plenty of flammable stuff around here. It's a peat bog after all.
Alright, so while I'm doing that,
Set up maybe a hammock or something instead of the usual lay on the ground.
well, yeah, I was gonna ask if someone could tie my hammock up.
Sure, I'll do it.
Alright, so I throw you my rope and my sleeping gear.
Yeah, survival check or sleight of hand check.
to
set up a hammock?
to
Why are
give
we
you
rolling
stuff.
You don't need to roll to set up a hammock. You can just set it up.
Yeah,
Darn.
it's got
I was hoping
clips.
I could do it poorly.
It's got clips. I did all the hard work for you.
Just roll a nat one on setting up
Clips?
Yeah,
Take 1d4 damage.
to lock in with a little
This is
cincher.
like medieval shit. There's no clips.
I had you make me clips. Or it was useless stuff you weren't going to use for your robot.
Nothing.
So I got clips. Do we also want to burn an alarm?
That would be a great idea.
Yeah.
You'd get it back after the long rest anyway.
Yeah,
He says.
but
We're not gonna get a long rest.
but that's also the implication. You'd be down that spell if something happened.
Yeah, the problem with burning an alarm
That's a good
is it's not like we're in like a cave. It's only a 20-foot cube.
That's fine. That's our camp.
So like if I put it on the left side of our camp and then they come from the right side of the camp,
No, just put it around the camp, so as they get here, they'll just cross it.
But it's 20 feet.
How big do you think our camp is?
Okay, but now it's 10 feet on either side.
Yeah,
People
we've
move.
got hammocks.
Alright,
We're
Think
stacked.
about combat, Steve.
We're stacked centrally.
Think about combat. In combat, some things move 46 seconds.
Yeah, things
That
happen.
means they're moving 10 feet in 1.5
Alright,
seconds.
can you cast it
Still
twice?
between a surprise round or not.
I could cast it twice.
So
That
cast
would
it
give
twice.
us 20 feet on two sides of 4.
And then we have also the ring of fire underneath us, or around us as well.
There's a ring of fire?
Were you not listening to the awesome RP I had earlier, where I took torches and... No? Playing Clash of Clans again?
I was listening, but I guess I just missed it.
Yeah,
I was probably thinking about casting alarm, and then I was like, oh, it'd be useless.
Well, no, so I have torches from my pack, and I've set them up around the camp, and I've lit them. And then whoever is whoever's guarding, because you can do light activity, you can just keep the torches lit.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be something to also, like, keep you awake and active, and...
I'll cast an alarm. I'll just cast a 10 hour. We'll have like a 10-foot spot where someone sneaks in, we'll get them. I don't think much is gonna be sneaking up on us. But
it'll funnel them into the hot gates.
Yeah.
We're worrying about this too much.
Yeah.
It's already done. We're done.
We're done. There.
Also, my rhino is,
Taking
standing
first.
guard because it doesn't sleep.
Is it... Wait, can it take the whole watch?
So it's a robot. It doesn't sleep,
Sick.
but it also has a shitty perception.
It watches poorly.
It has an 11 passive perception.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
I mean, alright, so then we just put the rhino somewhere else. We just put the rhino on that southern side. And then they can only come in from the north side.
Oh, I could, since we're here and I have it, I could pull some hounds off.
It's true, you could.
Have that robe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, the dogs!
Never used.
Oh, perfect time to use the dogs!
I mean, there'll be a living dogs we're gonna have to like take care of.
That is 100%. That is 100% okay if I have puppies at the tower when I come home from adventuring.
Well, I have a feeling the puppies won't last.
I will.
The battle with unspeakable horrors.
Thomas, I will protect at least one puppy. One dog. I know it's not a puppy, there'll be a full-grown dog, but I will protect at least one.
Listen, worst case
I'll pull a
scenario, we
mastiff
could always
off.
eat them later.
We are not eating the dogs. That was both Aroxian and Steven. We're not eating the dogs!
Okay, so I pull off
See,
a patch with the
if-
mastiff.
If Dad was here, he'd be okay with that.
Let him. This is cool. Let him do it.
So
I'll be right back.
So I'm gonna pull off a patch with the mastiff, and I'm gonna, as soon as I do, in my hands appears a puppy.
Yes, just a puppy. Just
Shit! This thing has to age? I thought it would come off as an adult mastiff. This is not what I thought I was gonna
tiny
get.
dog.
And then it like instantly grows into a mastiff.
Yes, as I'm holding it, it grows into an adult mastiff. It's like on top of me. It grows on top of me.
Take
Figured.
3d8 crushing damage.
He's not laughing.
He's like, ha, ha, ha. No, take 3d8.
Like, stop licking me, stop, it's gross. Oh no, stop.
Aw,
Oh,
he's
get the
so
smell.
cute.
It smells. How does it smell? He just came into existence. He doesn't even. Why doesn't he have puppy breath? He literally just was born 5 seconds ago. Oh my god, what is that? Did he just fart?
Well,
Man, you had a rough time with this thing.
halflings and other small humanoids can ride them as mounts. Eric, you have a mount in combat now that has 40 movement speed.
I already had a mount.
Yeah, but now we have a good one.
I have a rhino.
Yeah, but now you have another one. You can direct
You
track.
can't fit your legs around the rhino. It's not as cool.
You can be like Alexander the Great, just riding on your mastiff or like along the battle.
What are the rules for mounted combat?
Mounted combat's great.
Anyway, so yeah, the dog will help keep guard. Obviously, it probably needs to sleep too, but it can sleep on the rhino. Yeah. No, it can keep a guard though. It can help keep guard while we all rest.
Yeah, that's sick.
Now Thomas can create a mastiff token.
All right.
We're just like summoning. We're just like adding things to the game that Thomas is like. All right, I gotta keep track of that now.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and there we go. Oh my God, have you seen the Mastiff icon? From the monster manual?
Yeah.
It's so cute. Look at him. Look at the puppo.
His claws are
Is it the little like traced outline that you see?
No,
Monster
it's
manual?
like it's got a little saddle.
Yeah.
Just like
Oh yeah,
or-
I'm looking at the art of the mastiff.
Why does he have a saddle? Who rides him?
Lily's gonna
small
ride him.
member of the party.
Oh right, mounted combat. That's what I was gonna look at.
Yeah.
How does
Well.
that work?
I just typed it in chat.
If I have a player in front of me. Oh,
Wait, you typed it in chat? I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
It's in the D&D chat.
It's in the Discord chat.
Discord chat.
Oh, gotcha.
Why would you type it?
Because that way it doesn't spam the actual chat in Roll20.
That's true because it's huge. Actually, it's a whole big block of text. Oh, that's cool.
You can also type mounted combat in your compendium.
Indeed, I'm gonna have to get used to using that too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to memorize both, like, all the books, and it's going pretty well so far.
Oh, all right.
The only issue is when someone plays a class in a game I'm running that I don't know. I'm like, shit, I gotta learn everything about that in 30 minutes.
All
So,
right.
since we're reading rules, it says you can control a mount only if it's been trained to accept a rider.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably...
Well, I mean, actually, it says in the monster manual it can be.
Yeah. I think it'd be easy to... I think if you just did some, like, intelligence checks with it over, like, a week or something.
Yeah, over a period of time, you could probably train it to be a pretty good mount.
But I'm mounting it right now.
Which adds an extra layer of unintentional hilarity to this.
Mm,
Well, I'm sitting on him right now, and he's not moving, so this is a good sign.
Yeah, he's just chilled out. He's hanging.
Yeah, you made him. He just existed. Do you have a name for him?
Roxy and Brian. No. Just make
You know what?
A Roxian
You know what?
Senior.
Monkey, a Roxian.
You know what? I do want to name him
Name him what?
Rock.
Rox?
Yeah.
ROCKS.
No.
You know this is gonna be my dog. I'm just gonna let you ride him. This is how this is gonna work.
That just got a little weird.
Did you give life to this creature?
I didn't see you do it. I saw Magic do it.
I gave life to it. I created the magic which created the dog. I gave life to the dog.
Okay.
This is my dog. It's my baby. How dare you?
Alright, I'm back.
Crossbows don't kill
Welcome
people,
back.
only the bolts do. Whatever. I've seen that argument 1,000 times for crossbow control.
Crossbow control. The only good crossbow control is making sure you hit your target.
Okay, now I will attempt to ride the mount in a circle around the camp.
It seems like he's behaving fairly well. You know, not 100%, not like a trained steed, but he does what you want.
What happened to the guard dog? Why now it's a mount?
He's both.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be a guard dog, right? We're not resting yet. we're in like the cool down stage. We're just doing stupid shit before we go to bed.
Yeah, we're pretty much like burning stuff that we'll get back.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna throw a stick.
He immediately chases after the stick.
And I say, stop!
He does not stop.
That is not how you train a
Does
dog.
not.
Bad dog!
No!
No, you are on your way to go get that stick. and
Where's
then
my rolled up newspaper?
He sees another
I
larger,
am
better
going
stick,
to... Nope.
maybe about 100 feet away from the camp, and he's just booking it off.
Thomas, can I roll an animal handling check
Yes.
to get him back?
Yes.
18.
Hey, there you go. So Araxian.
I whistle. Wait. I whistle.
Hands, and the dog turns around before careening off with Lily attached into the swamp.
Do I need to make a deck save?
I think you're gonna need to.
I presume it was going full hand toward the stick.
DC 10.
Then he stops and turns toward rocks.
Yeah, bank like an F-15. Just. So you're gonna need to make a deck save there.
Oh no!
You eat it.
Who's a good rocks? And I clap my hands, and he comes up to me. I rub his jowls. I rub his jowls, and I just rub his jowls, and I'm like, you don't know
animal check. He does control your dog.
I knew this was gonna be my dog.
This is my dog.
Yeah, okay.
And if I can't have him, no one can. I aim my gun at him.
Jesus Christ!
I'm putting Old Yeller down.
No, what did rocks ever do to you?
Oh, what is happening? Get me out.
Go ahead. We'll make some Korean barbecue after this.
No, you mean Borean.
Borea. We'll go to North Borea.
More.
North Korea.
North Borea.
Stop this! I can't.
Best
do
burrito.
it.
Okay, so I give Rocks a little piece of one of my rations, and I just say, just sit there and bark, and I kind of bark with him. I know animals. Family of farmers.
Yeah, sure. So everyone watches you just bark at a dog for a few minutes.
Listen, I speak dog. They don't know if I don't speak dog. It could be Dwarven for all they know.
I do know that you
Araxian actually speaks dog.
All right, well, let me roll.
No.
Turns out Araxian speaks dog. You just never realized.
No. No, you can't decide that I'm convinced. Even with the roll.
Yeah, you're right. You can roll insight to not be convinced.
No, that's not how this game works.
Well, if you want the answer, it would be a contested check.
Interactions between players do not get resolved with dice rolls.
They can.
No.
At DM discretion, they can be resolved via dice roll.
I don't care. I won't accept it. I won't ever roleplay that I believe that he talks to a dog.
Dwarven? What?
Mm-hmm.
What does Dwarvish sound like?
You think Dwarven sounds like barking?
No, I speak Dwarven, and I don't think any of you do. So how do you know what I'm doing?
Do you think that I don't know what the difference between Dwarvish and barking at a dog is?
Yes, of course. You're a little girl. You're a little girl with this big thunder stick. I don't think you know anything.
I'm a merchant. I've met dwarves before. Just because I don't speak Dwarvish doesn't mean I couldn't have heard them speaking Dwarvish.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Anyway, I give Rocks a pat on the belly.
Oh.
And I sloth back to camp covered in mud.
What?
So what are they doing? You
I
seem to be all like,
don't even that question.
Oh, this is going in the notebook. I got a dog.
Were you gonna
Yeah, I probably am. Unless you're gonna go to like public or something.
later?
All right, when I get character portraits, Rocks is gonna be with me.
Do you want anything?
Oh, no,
The best part of this, Steve, is you stole the dog too.
Yeah.
I didn't steal
No,
it. That dog was never going to be
didn't
his.
steal the dog.
Let's just get something. What do you want?
He made it and you took it. Perfect rogue.
Did you really expect the rogue to not steal the dog?
All right. You know what? We'll pick this up we'll pick this up in game tomorrow morning, not real life tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
In like 5 minutes, so Desiree and I can order food. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna get my lunch
good
done.
delineation. Yeah, everybody go.
Okay.